Hello and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Galisteo and the Sanctuary of Light. We all need a little sanctuary right now, and so I hope that you will give this to yourself and that you will take that space wherever you are. I learned many years ago how to be alone or to take space in a crowded room. It's all about our consciousness, and meditation is definitely about our consciousness. Here at the Light Institute, we divide the meditation into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our divine higher self to take form. Whatever form comes to you, it could be a light, a being, a tree, an animal, an equation. It just allows your human consciousness to embrace something that is coming from the energy of soul. And then we ask our higher selves to touch our body, we bring it in so that as we sit in meditation, we're sitting as our true selves with that cosmic divine source energy. And then in this meditation, I'll do a little and you can push the button, the pause button, so that you can meditate for as long as you like. And then the second part of the meditation, we practice what we call here the radiance of our beingness. And to do that, we imagine that we're drawing white light from the cosmos down through the top of our head, and we're extending it out through our solar plexus, our stomach. This is the center of the emotional body. So when we laser out that white light from us, it expands our presence, and it also triggers a sense of purpose and allows us to expand into our lives and into all of our connections on this beautiful planet. And then in the third part of our meditation, we each week look for a situation or our place or something that we want to extend our consciousness towards, so that we are activating a sense of purpose, of destiny. And that is different each week. This week, the focus of our third part will be to contribute energy so that there is a quickening of the consciousness of humans, so that there is an advancement in the evolution of our species. Because we are at a point right now where it is very important for us emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, to advance our evolution, to see a bigger hologram, to belong in a way that gives us new potential. And so we will extend our energy into that. And if you're ready, we will begin. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your body, and as you exhale, exhale slowly through your mouth like this. Because when you exhale, you are bringing your brain into a meditative state. So breathe in, hold for a minute, gather the energy, and now exhale slowly. And ask your higher self, it's your own inner voice, the intuitive essence of your soul, to take a form for you. Again, a being, a light, a tree, an animal, an equation. Just take the first thing that comes. And now ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold your divine essence at this moment. And just imagine that it's touching that place in your body that's holding that. And then as your higher self touches it, it creates an opening. And draw your higher self in through that point, wherever it is in your body, and sit in meditation. This time is for you. Om. Take a deep breath into your body and draw white light from the cosmos down, directly down through the top of your head and down into your stomach. Allow that white light to spread out there. It's the seat of your emotional body, your solar plexus, nerve energy. And then gather that white light again and laser it out from you. You might try lasering it out across the planet so that there's a beam of light that's passing through you and is lighting up our whole planet. This is evolution. This is illumination. And then back up into the cosmos and down through you again and out and back up. And you're just going to continue that energy. So when you're meditating, if your mind wanders, just bring it back to drawing in light and extending light out. Breathing in and out through the white light. Om. Breathe deeply into your body. And gather up in your mind's eye all of humanity. From everywhere, every soul on this planet, 7.8, I think, billion beings on this planet. Gather them up into your mind's eye and ask humanity what frequency of light it needs from you to move into that funnel of initiation, of quickening the consciousness, so that there is a rapid evolution of consciousness, evolution of our species, which will allow us to find new potential, new possibilities, and new ways of living this incarnation of the soul together as one soul family. See what color comes into your consciousness that humanity is asking for from you. And again, reach up into the cosmos and draw that frequency, that color, down through the top of your head into your solar plexus, your stomach area, and laser it out to humanity. And feel that as that light moves out through you, it penetrates all of humanity, bringing about a quickening, bringing about the opening of advancement of consciousness, advancement of the evolution of our collective soul. Just continue again, allowing that frequency of light. It's possible that as you bring it in and extend it out to humanity, that the color will change. That's because at the speed of light, humanity has received your color and may be using a different frequency. So just whatever color is there, draw it in and radiate it out. Take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us in this meditation. I hope that you will keep it in your consciousness so that many times over this next week you'll be sending light to humanity, that it awakens, that it quickens the consciousness, that humanity begins to see new potential and new purpose, destiny, collectively and individually. The second part of our meditation is called knowings, and people from around the world send questions every week for us to touch so that our conversations can not only uplift or enlighten ourselves, but everyone who is tuning in to this. And so if you have a question, you're welcome to send it to the Light Institute. So Allison will give us the 3 questions that we have for today. Let's see where they're from, Allison.
The first question is from Seattle, Washington, in the U.S.A. Chris, I've been following your work for decades, but recently I feel like it's having deeper effects on me. Something just happened that I would have never thought possible, and I'm sure it's from doing your exercises in consciousness. A few minutes ago, I let go of a situation that would have driven me into a rage just a few weeks ago. I let go in an instant and shifted immediately into a higher consciousness where what happened barely touched me. I didn't try, it just happened. It feels like my essence has changed without me noticing when. How do you explain this? How can the exercises seem so simple to do but create such profound evolution in my personality?
Wonderful. I'm so happy that you have had that kind of experience, because once you are aware that you have that choice, but as you said, not trying for it, but that suddenly you just realize, I don't need to do that, or I'm someplace else, or I feel this new energy in me, that really quickens our own evolution and expansion of our consciousness. But there are several aspects of the work that we do, the exercises of consciousness that my higher self designed for the Light Institute. And that is that, first of all, perhaps you have been doing exercises in consciousness with your higher self. If you are imagining your soul energy, the intuitive essence of your soul, it is going to uplift you. It's going to opportune you. Again, a kind of expansion that is not based on that primordial body level, looking out for danger, looking out for insults, ready for the battle, because we don't really have to battle. In fact, again, in terms of karma, as soon as we shift our energy up, whatever that was is just passing down there, and you're not connecting. So all of these exercises in consciousness that have come, that are on the YouTube that we've brought forward, will help you to lift to a higher octave. As you know, all of our exercises in consciousness are about light, because we are made of light, and in fact everything in the material world is made of light. And light bypasses the chatter of the mind, that emotional grabbing and contracting that says I have to answer to that, I have to not just respond, but I have to react. And so when we have released those constraints, instead of reacting, we come to a higher response, which may be an expansion that offers something to that situation, to that person, rather than doing battle with them. We are made of light. It is the cosmic language of communication. It's the language of the soul. And so the more that you do exercises in consciousness, choosing light. When you go to bed at night, what color do I need right now to sleep well, to be healthy? When you wake up in the morning, what color do I need to have a wonderful, blissful day? Because we've forgotten that it's okay for us to be happy. The more happy you are, the more illuminated you are, the more you have to give to the world. And so these exercises in consciousness, which are so simple, simply bypass that judgmental kind of linear conversation, and they open us up to the cosmic truths and allow that light to flow through us. That changes our physiological bodies. It changes our brains. It changes the way we view, the way we place attention in different places, and how we, again, utilize anything that's happening. Because when we are contracting into that smallness of survival of the primordial body, everything is dangerous to us. Everything is a matter of survival. When we are filling ourselves with light, it's not about survival. It's about the joy of the illumination, to see what is going on underneath and how are we a part of the solution. It's a completely different way of being. And so as you've been doing these exercises in consciousness, you have been filling yourself with light. And that's why you didn't have to think about it, because you had already set for yourself patternings that free you and bring you to a place where it's easy for you to just, be a being of light, and therefore basically choosing a different reality. There are many realities, and we are caught in them depending upon how our emotional body links up with our spiritual body, if it does, or our physiological body. That's how I started this work, is that I saw that we had to bring our cosmic energies, our soul energy, in so that it alleviated for our emotional body that constriction and freed us. And that's what's happening to you. And now that you have seen this, I hope that you will more and more just be in the light, work with the light, and notice how quickly your reality changes, what you respond to, the way you live your life. Congratulations. Allison, what is the second one?
It's from Argentina. Dear Chris, my government is installing 5G and I am terrified of this. Not only for the physical complications on humans and animals, but I have heard that China is using this technology for espionage throughout all of Latin America. Do you think 5G is the beginning of the end of freedom and privacy?
That's a very profound question. And there's a part of me that smiles in that. I feel that there's plenty of data showing, and anybody who is sensitive to vibration doesn't need data to know this, 4G has done enough to imbalance our essential chi, our essential energies. 5G is way, way above that in terms of impinging upon our physicality and the physicality or the balance or the health of animals and plants. But the second part of this question is China the bad guy? Are they doing that? This is where my smile comes in. It really doesn't matter if you want to say it's China or your government or my government or some collective grouping of elites that want to control this world. It really doesn't matter. I promise you that has already happened. Your privacy is a thing of the past. That is the price we have paid for this time of information. And so what I would say to you is don't feel violated because they have your information. They do. What you want to do is turn around and say, so they know about me, they know where I am, but I know who I am, and I know where I am, and how will I use these energies? Because what makes us the victim and vulnerable is a matter of cosmic law of energy. If all the energies is impinging upon you and you're shrinking in fear, then you have no strength. You are not aware of the power of your choice, and also that you are not alone. If we want to change these things, we will change them in group. And so I think that it's not about whether they are looking in on you. I have noticed for quite a while that they have all of our information. Just the other day, I was shocked to see that somebody got in and sent me a message. It was a promotion through my maiden name. Wow. That means that they have everything about me. I'm not going to feel that that takes away my freedom. My freedom is to choose how I see that. And how I see that is, you can see whatever you want. I will choose if you're going to influence me to buy something or influence me politically or in any other way. I'm going to use my consciousness to choose and to become aware of those kinds of potentials. The most powerful thing that you could do if you're feeling as if this could take away your freedom. Your privacy is gone. Your freedom will always be yours. Here at the Light Institute, we always have had an expression that came from our Nijoni School for Global Consciousness. Freedom comes from within. And if you access that place in you that says, I have choices, I can choose how I respond to something, then no one is going to take away your freedom. If you see that beginning to happen, and that somehow your choices are being limited because people are creating laws, for example, that take away your freedom, that's when you decide how to respond to that, how to bring about a change. Because we're not here to just be buffeted by other powers. We're here to choose what is for the good of the whole. And so one of the things that we would do in terms of our consciousness is that we would turn around and send energy to these things. My higher self has always said that cancer, AIDS, and radiation would be the three dangerous elements that we had to overcome. Said this 50 years ago. And that's exactly how we've been seeing these pulses of these things. We must quicken our frequency so that we handle radiation. If there's going to be 5G and we can't stop it, we can quicken our frequency. We can bring more light into us so that when those 5Gs come to our physiological body, our environment, there is an energy that's equal or faster than that. We are capable of this. It's part of our own evolution to become more radiant. That's what we were doing in our meditation, to use light to be more radiant so that our light that comes through us from the cosmos and out neutralizes those kinds of electromagnetic currents that are so destructive. So also imagine, for example, if you feel like it's a possibility that China is collecting data to control, then use your consciousness to neutralize that by extending frequencies of light to China. That would neutralize that, might change the direction of purpose for the powers that be in China, or any place else, your own government of Argentina, or anywhere in the world. We need to be sending energies to, quote, the powers of be, to neutralize what is detrimental to us and to change how we collectively come into relationship with those energies from a place of power. This is part of the mandate to us, to change what is detrimental to our evolution. And we are free to do it. Just remember that on this planet, in this place, we have an echo, and it says that we have freedom of choice, that we have that kind of freedom, and also there's a law of permission. So whenever you suspect that something is occurring without your permission, that is the moment to use your consciousness or your voice or your body to gather around you collective consciousness and body's choice and move forward to make a difference. And that's why we're here. We are at a pivotal point on this planet where the consciousness and the purpose and the actions of humans must change to protect the balance of our planet and the evolution of our species and many. And you and I are here to do that. Let's begin. We can. Allison, what's our last question and where is it coming from?
It's coming from Bermuda.
From where?
Bermuda.
From Bermuda. Okay.
Chris, I love plants. And I heard you say in an interview that you do also, and that eating flowers will raise your vibration. Please tell me more.
Oh, I do love, thank you for that question. Yes, imagine what flowers are. And by the way, flowers were not always on this planet. They came at a certain time when actually the whole planet changed because flowers appeared. Flowers represent an evolutionary process in the evolution of plants, which is that flowers are the sexual organs. They are the future of the plants. And that's why I love to eat flowers, because it is like taking in the potential of that plant and how it will be in the future. And if you have gardens and you love flowers, that the flowers actually thank you if you will pick away the dead ones. Because when you pick away the dead flowers, they create more flowers. And so I've always felt in harmony and in balance with flowers when I would say, may I eat you? And I also make flower essences. And when you do a flower essence, you're not only eating the body of the flower, but the life force, the electromagnetic energy. And so if there's a particular theme that I have, I would like to have an essence that supports or activates some particular quality I'm wanting to develop or focus on. Then I will make a flower essence for myself. And it's easy to do that. You could look that up on the internet anytime. But there are some things to say about eating flowers. You would only want to really eat the ones in your garden that nobody else has sprayed, because of course you don't want the toxins that come. Or if your flowers are being bombarded by insecticides or fertilizers from some other garden, then they don't really serve well. What's really lovely is that each plant, each flowering plant, carries different vibrations. For example, let me tell you a couple that I love. I love roses. Roses can be stir-fried, they can be raw, they have a very sort of stringent kind of energy. But the electromagnetic energy of the petals of flowers, of roses, is very, very high. So if our human megahertz is 62 to 72, and a rose's megahertz is over 125, imagine what happens to you when you take that in. Do you become the rose? And we, all around the world, we think of the rose as a message of love, of caring, of relationship. So I love roses of any color, of any kind, and I have them in my garden. Next, I love geraniums. The geranium plant is said to access the emotional body and bring about a sense of well-being. Geraniums have a really wonderful, again, sort of stringent kind of taste, and they're so bright. Remember that those bright orange and red and pink colors give us beta-carotene. They give us many different elements that support our physical body as well as our emotional bodies. So I love geraniums to sprinkle on salads or pancakes or whatever you're putting them on. I love violets. Violets are perennials, and they have a wonderful, it's kind of like beecham gum, a delicious flavor. And again, violets, pansies as well, but pansies are annuals, but violets are perennial. So you can eat all those violet flowers and know that that plant is coming again. And then the last one that I'll tell you about are begonias. Tuberous begonias have a flavor that's kind of a cross between an apple and an orange. They're really delicious. So not only for the beauty of them and the colors that nourish our bodies, our physical bodies and our emotional bodies, but above all, because they quicken and uplift our megahertz. The higher our megahertz, the more healthy we are, the more powerful we are. And that's why I eat flowers. And I feel that, again, whatever you eat, it kind of influences who you are. And so I want to be and hold within my vibration the potential of the future, the next octave, and the juiciness of life. So try it, and you will become a flower lover as well. My great love to each and all of you. Until next time.